2015, the world was graced with the musical Hamilton. It was a sensation, with the world obsessing over the great performances on stage and the great songs that came with it. We got a total of 46 songs on the Hamilton album, which when put all together, makes one of the best musicals and soundtracks of all time. Although the soundtrack and the musical go hand in hand, today I'll try to merely discuss the soundtrack, though referring to it as merely does it a great disservice. The Hamilton soundtrack covers the life of the American founding father Alexander Hamilton, based on the biography by Ron Chernow. The soundtrack falls into the hip-hop genre, being something unique for a musical. And the soundtrack is just amazing. Although it's just audio, the lyrics and the performances give it such emotion. Without ever seeing the musical, you can get a full grasp of the story and feel all the emotions just as hard. For example, take a song like Dear Theodosia.
Dear Theodosia, what to say to you? You have my eyes, you have your mother's name. When you came into the world, you cried, and it broke my heart.
Its lyrics and the way it was performed evokes powerful emotions of joy and pride. When we have songs like Stay Alive Reprise,
Played piano,
I taught you piano.
you would put your hands on mine.
You changed the melody every time.
I would always change the line.
Shh, I know.
I would always change the line.
I know.
which are filled with such fear and sadness. The job of a musical is to tell a story through music, and both because of the vocals and the song composition, you have a strong effect here. All the characters in the musical are so interesting, something which is also translated to the music. Just by listening to characters' motifs and not seeing anything, you can love, hate, pity, etc. with the characters. Almost each character has their own song, whether it's Rise Up,
I am not throwing away my shot.
Wait for It,
I'm willing to wait for it.
Helpless, or Satisfied.
Be satisfied.
They each deliver something in developing the character through song, while also being something to listen to easily on repeat. I believe I've heard the soundtrack incomplete at least 10 times, and I've probably seen the musical on Disney Plus 7 times. I've seen it a lot. Then the soundtrack feels so complete. In the musical, there's not a single word spoken, but all sung, so when listening, you can barely hear a transition between two songs, because it's all a song. At the end of the Reynolds pamphlet, you can literally hear the beginning of Burnt. It's brilliant.
Have you read this? You want to see somebody run their own life? His poor wife.
And to focus a bit on the writing, the metaphors and the wordplay here are so clever. Some great instances of metaphors are in Take a Break. The letter between Hamilton and Angelica is filled with such great metaphors, which can also act as wordplay here.
I trust you'll understand the reference to another Scottish tragedy without my having to name the play. They think me Macbeth, ambition is my folly, I'm a polymath, massive pain. Madison is Banquo, Jefferson's Macduff, and Burnham Wood is Congress on its way to Dunsany.
And my favorite example is in Right Hand Man. Comparing a battle to a game of chess is such a great metaphor, and it's also extremely catchy.
Beating. We put a stop to the bleeding as the British take Brooklyn. Night takes Rook, but look, we are.
And that's something else this play succeeds at. It's so catchy. Even though it's a musical and the storytelling is the biggest priority in a song, it makes tons of themes for great jokes and stuff that's just fun to listen to. I don't know how Lin-Manuel Miranda can make this stuff so good. His writing is brilliant. He can make songs for moments in history that don't exist. One of the most important parts of the musical is Hamilton's deal with Jefferson and Madison on where to put the banks and how to do them and all that stuff. And the historians don't know how that happened. No one was in the room where it happened. And by changing the perspective to Bird, we get the information of what happened without knowing how it happened, because we don't know how it happened.
No one else was in the room where it happened, the room where it happened, the room where it happened. No one else was in the room where it happened, the room where it happened, the room where it happened. No one really knows how the parties get to yes. The pieces that are sacrificed in every game of chess. We just assume that it happened, but no one else is in the room.
The same thing is in Burn, but I feel like Room Where It Happens is better just because it provides you not only with the information, but gives Burr a great deal of characterization and starts help to his turn to the villain. And when you put that all together, you get an extremely satisfying soundtrack. I think it's one of the best musical soundtracks of all time, and it deserves to be. It's so hard to pick a favorite song because they're all so good. I like them all, and it just feels so complete, and no part fails, besides One Last Time. It works narratively and sounds fine, but it just feels so different from the other songs that I would like it to be more hip-hop.
Teach them how to say goodbye. You and I.
But overall, the Hamilton musical is fantastic and nearly flawless. Well, that's all I have to say. Thanks for watching. Bye!